Hey, Westside Church, Ben Fleming back again with more of your daily devotionals. We're continuing to talk about community today with a really classic community scripture in Acts chapter 2. There's a reason it's a classic. Check this out. This is after Jesus, of course, is risen again. There's the establishment of the early church and believers. And it says in verse 43 of Acts chapter 2, a deep sense of awe came over everyone. And the apostles performed many miraculous signs and wonders. All the believers met together in one place and shared everything they had. Now, listen to this part. They sold their property and possessions and shared the money with those in need. They worshiped together at the temple each day, met in homes for the Lord's Supper, and shared their meals with great joy and generosity. What we notice from the early church developers is that they're creating this habit of community, and it envelops just about everything that they do. There's this habit of going to the temple and worshiping. There's storytelling. There is meals that are shared. All things that really should be a part of all of our lives when it comes to our church life. Now, it's kind of an organic thing, right? And this can be really, really difficult to just manufacture, right? We're all going to get into a group. We're going to spend X amount of time together, and this is exactly what we're going to do. And sometimes those systems can help create some long-lasting, real relationships. But the thing that we're really after as the church is this deep sense of togetherness that especially the early church had. So what are a few ways to do this? Number one is give your resources. This is always a touchy subject for a lot of people. I'll just speak from my own experience. I give financially, I give my time, my resources to the church, and always have, because I believe it's a spiritual discipline that constantly centers me and my heart for God into the place where it should be. It reminds me that there is this God that I'm worshiping, right? And it also reminds me that there are other people that are impacted greatly by my decisions to be generous. So when I give with my money, I am confident that we as the church are using that money to change the lives around us and the community around us. And when we realize that, we're impassioned with this fact that, man, what we can do together, when we build things together, when we give things together, when we have this common goal and purpose and we're seeking after it, incredible things can be built and lives can be saved and changed. So you have to be able to understand that we're giving towards something together. We need to give towards something together, develop that discipline. We also need to understand who that goes to. It says, they shared the money with those in need. We're never intended to just hold on to these resources that we pool and give together. Instead, they're supposed to go toward the development spiritually, as well as physically, emotionally, those of us around us who are feeling broken or in need in that moment. Isn't it funny how in this whole conversation about community, we just can't get away with this constant inpouring that God has for us and the pouring in that we give to each other, and then this outpouring to people that are broken and hurting around us. We can't get away from that thing. It's like every message kind of has this theme. It's every devotional. All of these things are always tied in with what are we taking in from God, and then how and what are we giving out from there. If we are living in an abundant community, that is happening both ways constantly. Again, I'll re-up and we'll finish with this. And all the believers met together in one place and shared everything that they had. This reminds us again of the importance that we're not just seeking after the sacred space that we call the church, this one building, this one room, but we have to be reminded of the importance that we need to gather together. We need to be together in each other's homes, expanding the community, asking questions, developing curiosity. It's all a part of this vibrant thing that we call community. So that was a little bit all over the place, but let's remember, we need to gather our resources together. We need to give generously so that those in need can experience the love of Christ. It's such a massive part of what we do. And then we need to share meals. We need to share time. And we constantly need to have the understanding that this vision that God has is expansive. It's for everyone. Love you. See you next time.